So this is Ian, Physics B, Chapter 15, number 13. 3-point charges are located at the corners of an equilateral triangle as in figure P15.13. Calculate the net electric force on the 7 whatever charge. And that's the picture. Okay. So, as you can see, we drew the picture, and the first step we need to do is figure out that it's a vector. And to do that, we need to figure out the two triangles of each of these charges on the positive charge. So what I did was I just plugged in the force of the electricity equation, and I used 9 times 10 to the meters. This charge times this charge divided by the distance between the two, which equals 1.008 newtons. And from that, you use the sine of 60 and the cosine of 60 to get 0.87 newtons in the y direction and 0.5 newtons in the x direction. So from that, you solved for this. And the next step to do is to do the force of the electricity of this particle from this particle. So again, you plug in your constants, 2 times 10 to the negative 6, which is this particle, and then 7 times 10 to the negative 6, which would be that particle, divided by the distance, which is the same because it's an isosceles triangle. You get 0.504 newtons, and then from that you again do the cosine and the sine of 60 to find your y and x directions. The next step would be to add your x and y directions. So you take 0.44 in this direction, and you take 0.87, which is moving in the downward direction, and 0.44, which is moving in the opposite direction. So since this is a stronger force, you add and subtract it. You subtract 0.44 from 0.87, and you end up with negative 0.43 newtons, which would be your y direction. So you plug that into your final vector triangle, which is 0.43 newtons, and you do the same for the x directions. But the x directions are moving in the same direction, so you don't need to subtract, you just add them, and you get 0.752 newtons, which you put in your next vector, and use the Pythagorean theorem to get your final answer of 6.87 newtons. 0.87 newtons. You get 0.87 newtons using the Pythagorean theorem of a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And then you have to solve for theta, which is right there, using the tangents of 0.43 newtons and 0.752 newtons. You end up with 30 degrees below the negative x-axis. Yeah.
Looks like 0.07.
0.7. Okay. And that's it.